Okay, I just want to talk about the new style of Wintec saddles. This saddle here is the Wintec Jump. As you can see, they've completely changed the covering on it. Really soft, still synthetic, but a really soft, pliable equileather. The Jump model has the quite snazzy white top stitching, makes it look really smart. And then underneath we've got an adjustable block, which for my short legs, that's where I've popped it for now. And then we also have an adjustable thigh block. Again, short legs, I've popped it where it'll help me with my leg. So I think overall, appearance wise, it's a really smart looking saddle for a very reasonable price. The technology side of it, they've widened the gullet so there's much more spine clearance on either side, and reshaped the panels so that the panels sit away from the spine, as you can see there, and also sit underneath the back of the seat, so there's no panel sitting out behind the seat. So we've got the weight bearing on the panel, which sits directly underneath the rider. Quite a narrow twist, and then a broader seat to again help with the rider balance and therefore help the horse. The panels are pear panels, so they're now on a single air-filled panel. They've broadened the panel again underneath where the rider sits, so we've got a much more even weight bearing surface and no potential for them to go lumpy, which you can get with a flocked saddle. Now I've got the saddle on the horse. He's in a 17-inch, so when we go from the last rib, that's where his last rib ends, so ideally a 17 inches is the right size for him. We can see that it's sitting very level on his back. They are fully adjustable. He's currently in a wide gullet, which enables the saddle to sit in really good balance. The air panels, once the rider sits on them, settle and mould around the horse's back. If we look at the back, just tuck my saddle cloth in a little bit, you can see again there's lots of room for the spine. If you can just see there how wide that gullet is at the back, so that even with the movement of the horse going around a corner, it doesn't encroach on the spine, so it allows them to use the back as they need to. He's got very big shoulders, can be quite tricky to fit. So the top of his shoulder is here, that has to rotate. So as we can see, it allows lots of room, even though it's a forward cut jump saddle. This area here is very flexible, so still allows plenty of mobility in the shoulder to allow him to use himself over fences. And again, on the horse, I think it's a really attractive saddle. It doesn't scream synthetic. It's pretty smart. I've teamed it with a matching girth, so I think the overall picture there is fairly smart. So we're on board. First impressions of the saddle are the seat is really comfy, really nice seat to sit in, nice and soft, even if you don't need the additional padding, as I don't. I've had a little tweak with the blocks, and I feel that that's a nice position for my thigh and knee to stay in. It fits, as I say, very well over his quite big shoulders. There's no tightness over his shoulders. The panel sits really well around his shoulders. Good with the clearance, even as the air settles and the rider's sitting on the saddle, the air just spreads around the spine and still maintains good balance on the horse. So far it's feeling really nice to sit in. So I'm going to warm up a little bit, have a few pops and see how it feels then. I have an ongoing issue with my lower leg not staying where it should do. It tends to want to disappear back behind me. So although I'm not expecting miracles, I'll be very interested to see whether this saddle actually helps with that or doesn't give me the support that I feel I need in a saddle. So more to come. Okay. So as you can see from the video, my lower leg, which has been the bane of my life for so long, actually didn't really move. I wasn't having to think about my position. The saddle helped me. I just jumped the fence. I wasn't thinking about my leg. And I'm really, really impressed with how it felt over a fence, the balance, the comfort, and the biggie for me is that it really did support my leg position. I think for the price of these saddles, they are seriously good value. You've got all the technology of a more expensive saddle, and hopefully we can get away a little bit from the stigma of synthetic saddles, because they are a serious saddle, and I think hopefully people will start to look into them as competition saddles as well as just an everyday saddle. I'm very impressed indeed. I think they're a great saddle for the money.